This is the arbusers.com annual review of the sports arbitrage and trading scene for the year 2016. It is conducted in goodwill, with hope it will contribute to the understanding of these very particular fields. We'll try to post a similar review each year, so we have a time-lapse of the smart gambling scene. Now let's examine the main forms of arbitrage and smart gambling and see how they perform during the year. We have seen the death rattle of pre-game arbitrage. The vast majority of the bookmakers will limit or ban players that will dare to have arbitrage action with them. We came to a point where the allowance of such action from a bookmaker raises reliability questions. Additionally, several bookmakers are adopting aggressive payment policies against such players, delaying or cancelling payments. These policies are based on the hypothesis that the average punter will not pay a £400 an hour lawyer to get his money back and will opt for surrender. A number of punters that took legal help had their money back before going to court. This fact shows the extremely poor business ethics dominating the industry. Because of the hostile environment around pre-game arbing, a number of people moved to live arbitrage that proves to be more resilient. This move took place gradually, and it became the dominant trend from 2009 till 2016. Live arbitrage guarantees that bookmakers' accounts will last more and will offer a better profit per hour outcome than pre-game arbing. On the other hand, it has some very harsh characteristics, such as extreme work stress and void bets. Successful live arbitrage players had to do their very first steps on pre-game arbitrage to understand the mechanisms and make their brains spin around this concept. Bookmakers are starting to realise that they're losing money from live arbing, and they already took some first steps to cease or limit this kind of action. We expect bookmakers to adopt more hostile action against the players, but the overall situation shows that live arbitrage has more way to go and more profits to offer. 2016 was the year that made value betting the new accelerating trend. A brooklet that became a stream, soon to become a river. Clever software providers understood this trend, and they now offer new products unimaginable 2 to 3 years ago. Alert services also understood that there is something new in the market, and they've already reacted accordingly. We now see bots that compare prices according to their criteria, placing their bets in already limited accounts with success. The key is the right selection of criteria and bookmakers. Bookmakers understood that bots are now working against them, and they counter-attack by changing their terms and conditions, ordering new software from their providers, and adopting aggressive payment policies. We're only in the beginning of the trip of value betting, and the inventiveness of smart players already thrives. We expect bookmakers and exchanges to bleed before coming up with ideas on how to stop this action. Arbitrage among sharp books with the use of bots remains the crown of all smart gambling action. The extremely limited number of people operating in this field are staying in the shadows, enjoying the fruits of their ingeniousness, strolling their dogs at the forest at the very moment when all the others are heart-beating in front of their PC. Casino advantage players are also facing challenges, as bonuses are getting lower, and many casinos are not offering the complete range of services to e-wallets depositors. We are now in the position to say that exchanges are looking for happy losers. This phrase is used by their top managers and strategists. Arbitrage action is providing a lot of revenue for them, but they are looking for ways to make more money by transforming arbors and smart gamblers to long-term losers. Mathematics are not on their side, and our estimation is that in the end, all parties will lose. Another fact is that arbitrage and smart gambling volumes are now taking a bigger part of the pie, and this trend is accelerating. As a result, bookmakers and agents that used to welcome sharp action are now reducing their risks and subsequently offered wager limits to sharp players. The deregulation of the markets continued. During 2016, the Romanian market was vanished in the same way and speed that we have seen in other markets these last years. Some Romanian players are still in the game, but their number is not comparable with what we have seen in the good old years. E-wallets are becoming more expensive, and they will continue in this way as long as there is no competition. cash will become even more scarce and expensive. This lack of competition is touching everyone in the industry. We hope that everyone wakes up before banks or a hawala system take all the volumes from the table. These dangers are real and present. Thankfully, we didn't monitor any major collapse of a bookmaker the way we did for Go Bet Go during 2014 to 15. The best arbing events of the year were the US elections, the EU referendum in the UK, and the Eurovision Song Contest in this order. Thankfully, the UK voted for Brexit, creating good perspectives for gambling in general. Let's hope that it will remain an oasis outside Europe. The UK will have to enforce policies that will help business, while the European straitjacket will continue deregulating markets in a Soviet style. Governments, bookmakers and e-wallets become more greedy, deregulating markets and implementing policies and tactics against players, disguising their insatiable thirst for taxes and profits behind the moral curtains of responsible gambling, tax evasion and avoidance, and money laundering. There is no doubt that this phenomena are present in the gambling world, but putting everyone in the meat grinder is unfair, undermining genuine, successful long-term actions. We all know that it is very difficult for a newbie to stay in the game. We mentioned the problems that bookmakers are creating, but additionally, it is the older guys not allowing anyone else to breathe. These guys, being well positioned, having the weight of money on their side, are taking the lion's share before anyone else. Thus, newbies will have to try even harder to keep their nose above the water. The environment is getting hostile for the older guys also, as this year many reported that they didn't have a personal best. It seems that 2015 was the best year ever. Some kept this momentum until the summer of 2016 with the World Cup and the Olympic Games. The situation is deteriorating by the attack of locusts. These are groups of players under the guidance of 2 to 3 bigger guys that kill the cow who feeds us all. These groups are attacking to any possible source of profit in order to suck as much capital as they can in a very short time. As a result, many sources of profit are already dried up when they had an excellent potential to generously feed more people and for a longer time period. This is a disappointing phenomenon and a major threat for the smart gambling world. It shows that the younger generation lacks of the noble characteristics that we have seen previously. 2016 was another difficult year added in the chain. For more information, please visit our forum, arbusers.com, our Facebook and Twitter profiles, and our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.